Okay, so Jermaine, a rather hot day at the Mustard Seed Stadium. How did you see the game?
Well, the weather played a big part, clearly. We were flat, lethargic. Um, Even after the goal, we just sort of 2, 3 yards off of everything. So, yeah, look, it's the same for both teams around the country as well. You look at it, but, we think we were well prepared. We just, again, look, for whatever reason, we were just flat. We were flat and disappointed when we saw kicking downhill that we wanted to start a bit quicker. We were just flat today from start to finish.
And obviously went 1-0 up early on, but then to give away a penalty to allow Spelthorne back into the game. Was that a bit disappointing to see the way to allow them back into the game?
Yeah, because, like I say, you go 1-0 down in these conditions, and then for a team that haven't won a game this season, by the way, you're on the front foot. That next 10 minutes spell so important. And then look, they've got the penalty. For me, the most disappointing thing with the penalty is just someone just take charge of the situation, and I just don't think we've quite got that. And yeah, they get back in the game, and then even after that, they sort of we didn't. I didn't feel like we were the home team today. It's important we go and get points here, and we didn't feel like the home team today. No.
Yeah, and that seems to be a little bit of a worry at the moment. We seem to not be able to defend perhaps as well as we want to at home, but when we go away, we seem to be able to pull those results out of the bag. Is that something you've seen?
Um, I don't know. It's hard to put a finger in it. I think on the balance of things, I mean, we weren't great, but we'll always make chances. Um, Goals change games. Goals change games, and going in at 1-1, I'm disappointed that we weren't 2, maybe 3-1 up for the chances we created. But then on the flip side of that, they had a couple, maybe a penalty shot which I've seen given, whether it was or not. The second one, you know, with obviously a player that we because we had to send him off. I don't know. So on the balance of things, it's difficult. Um, I don't feel like it's much of an issue at home or anything like that. I think that'd be unfair. Um, because our return's not been where we want it to be, but there's progress. But for me, it's back-to-back wins, and that's the hardest thing. The second game is always the hardest, and I just feel like it's win, lose. And I understand you're going to get that inconsistency. We've got a young group, and on that, we probably need a bit more experience. But again, it's difficult to sort of always get the experienced boys in. But like I say, I think there's some moments that we can manage better.
Would you say it's a fair assessment to say that the opposition today just perhaps wanted it a little bit more? Seemed to be putting in those hard runs towards the end. Obviously, when it was getting hot, seeing the moments maybe that we weren't going to the final whistle, maybe as such. And
I agree. I think they look like a team that wanted to get their first win of the season, and that's the third team that's come off the back of not having a win and taking points off us at our place, 4 points. But for me, we probably had 3 or 4 off of it. You can't carry. I've been saying that you can't carry. Sometimes this week can be 1 or 2, but 3s and 4s you're in trouble. And I think you're spot on. I think towards the end they were still willing to. I said you make your own luck in the game. By the way, we've had it where we've scored last minute goals. Let's be fair. We've Epsom standards. We've gone and scored last minute, but that's when you're willing to work. You earn your luck, and I think you can't cheat in this game. I think if you are not willing to put in them hard yards, or even whether it's a tackle or whatever it is, market challenging or getting back in with your man, then you'll come unstuck. And they probably got what they deserved, and probably deserved winners.
obviously, although the game perhaps wasn't the result we may have been after, there was still some chance being created. Is that a little bit worrying that some of those chances perhaps didn't get finished, or is that just again down to the luck that's played, the more chances have, eventually a goal will go sort of away?
Nah, I think this is a frustrating thing going today. I mean, we've scored 15 goals. I think only Guildford have scored more than us, so I don't think we can talk about a concern with us scoring goals. I don't think we're anywhere near that. But having said that, today we've got to score. Goals change games. Connor will hold his hands up. He's had a couple of chances, but he's been unreal this season. But we've got to share the load. We've got to share the load, and someone else has got to step up. I don't remember their keeper having to make many saves. It was more us missing chances at the end. I know Olu's come at the end. He's got to hit the target. So that being said, we're just, I think, why can't one goal win a game? We've gone 1-0 up. Why can't we? Why can't that be enough? And And that seems to be the story at the minute. We always have to score 3 goals more to try and win the game, and it can't be like that.
And obviously, I know we spoke in our last interview about the defending side of the game. Would you say that's something that still needs to be addressed and looked at?
100%. Yeah. I mean, listen, we defend as a team, but I feel that defensively, we were better today. In spells, we looked a little bit more organised. But having said that, yeah, 100% agree. It needs addressing, and we'll address it. I don't think we were that bad defensively today, in terms of as our units. But, again, the 2 goals we conceded, obviously with the penalty, it probably didn't help and change things. And obviously, with the 8 scoring from there not being closed down enough, it's probably more a midfield issue, or maybe one of the forwards dropping in, which we spoke about. So I think in terms of the back 4, they've done okay.
Obviously, next Saturday is away at Guildford. It looks like Guildford have lost to Tooting and Mitchelham today. Looks like 4-1 last time I checked the result. Mm-hmm. What's the sort of view before looking ahead to Saturday next week?
We've got to take our medicine. We've got to be better. This group, to be fair to this group, they bounce back. But it's going again now. We have to obviously look at where we're at. I'd love 1 or 2 in before then again, and it's that experience. But it's bouncing back and then kicking on for me. We'll be well drilled going into that game, and they'll want to bounce back. They're on a great run, to be fair to them, and they'll be there saying, "Look, all right, we've had a hiccup." They'll want it to be a hiccup and go again. So we need to be at it. They've had a great return, to be fair to them. Like I said, for me, it was there for us today. Again, it's another team that haven't won a game and come here and taken 4 points out of our place. And I've said it in there. It's got to matter more. It's got to mean more. It's got to mean more. And I think 3 or 4 players are off it today.
And obviously, you've talked about experiences. When you mean by experiences, that sort of take command of a position and really sort of take the game by the scruff of its neck. Is that what you're sort of looking for at the moment?
Yeah, I need people self-policing it. I'm on the side, and I need more leaders. They're the hardest to get, funny enough. So I do need more leaders. And even we've got some boys out there that have chalked up a few games at the non-league level. And you're trying to get it out of them, when things are not going right. Because listen, it's not always going to go right, but you need leaders, and that's what we're trying to get. I think that can help us massively, because I don't think there's a lot wrong, but I do think you get 1 or 2 leaders in, and all of a sudden things change because it self-polices it a little bit.
And then finally, Jermaine, your player of the match today.
I feel Fareed had a good game. I think he was the threat first half. Yeah, I think he won his nuts off today. He was a positive outlet every time. He won his free kicks. His end product at times was a little sketchy, but he's going to get better, that boy. I think he's the only one that really tried to really play down his side. So I think he comes out credit corner, puff the puff, what you're getting from him, and it's the same. There's probably only 3 or 4 that you can, let's say, not having my shirt, and that needs to change. But that's my job.
Jermaine, thank you as always for your time.
Cheers, thanks. Bye.